The Old Mutual joBerg2c, delivered by Avis Van Rental and Telkom.
So the first day, a neutral day, is in the bag and in the legs as well. And day 2 is when racing starts. We go from Frankfurt to Rates, 96 kilometers, just over 1,000 meters of climbing, and a really spectacular day in the Free State through the farmlands here. Historic homes and wonderful hospitality, and some pretty hot racing as well in the mixed and in the men's race.
The rare, raw beauty of the Western Free State farmlands is the playground on day 2. Alongside our new best friends, racing starts today. The Wilge River and a disused railway line guide us through the breadbasket of South Africa. The toughest part of the day will be extracting ourselves from the great local hospitality around the braai fires at the water points. The Boorbul descent is a thrilling single-track engineering masterpiece and an exciting way to end a superb day's racing as we arrive at the Billy Millie Showgrounds in Rates. The route took the field of 800 riders through the heart of the Eastern Free State's millie industry, from where much of the country's maize emanates. On the day's first technical climb, Team NAD of Nico Bell and Gawie Combrink led Team Telkom's Johan Rabie and HB Krier and the rest of the contenders, which included Andrew Hill and Tyrone White. With a strong road pedigree, Rabie and Krier and Bell and Combrink used the long open roads to ride away from White and Hill. In the women's race, the queen of local road racing, Henriette Skuman, had teamed up with Samantha Sanders at the 11th hour to form Team Valencia, and they were charging ahead of Sarah van Heerden and Cindy Tienersen. In the highly competitive Lanham Love mixed race, Candice Neetling endured a tough day in what was a nasty side and headwind as she clung onto the jersey of her Dormer USN Purefit teammate Darren Lill. Also in the mixed were Johan Loviskachny and Catherine Williamson of the bicycle company Mitas team, and Valencia's joBerg2c pair of Grant Usher and Amy McDougall. Add to that the names of Americans Sonia Looney and Yuki Akeda, and all the ingredients are here for a titanic dice down to the seas. Inside the last 8 kilometers, a spectacular drop down Boorbul descent, and the leading quartet held nothing back on this magnificent single-track trail. Up at the finish of the Billy Millie Showgrounds in Rates, it was Rabie and Krier who had the power to get away on the finish straight in a sprint to take the win. Skuman and Sanders of Valencia took the women's race, whilst Grant Usher and Amy McDougall won the mixed, a few seconds ahead of Johan Loviskachny and Catherine Williamson. Team Telkom have just 2 seconds in hand over Team NAD, with Thuli Paiga TIB 8 minutes and 11 seconds back. In the mix, just 8 seconds separates the top 2 teams. Team Telkom have just 2 seconds in hand over Team NAD, with Thuli Paiga TIB 8 minutes and 11 seconds back. The women's race was a triumph for Samantha Sanders and Henriette Skuman of Team Valencia, just 5 minutes ahead of Sarah van Heerden and Cindy Tienersen. In the Lanham Love mix, just 8 seconds separates the top 2 teams, with Looney and Ikeda of the Freak Show defeat Topi Gergen 11.5 minutes back in third. And in the Masters, Greg Anderson and Dion Kruger of Cycle Lab Masters have nearly 17 minutes on the cycle paths. There was a lot more tension at the front of the start line in Frankfurt after a neutral day 1, the racers like caged tigers ready to pounce. For the rest of the field, this was the next beautiful step in a long and arduous journey. The landscape today dominated by massive fields of maize, and by the equally big-hearted farming community of the area. We got to know, if not personally, then through their beautiful farms, larger-than-life Willie Venter, his sister Audrey, Andre Viljoen, Johan du Plessis, Henny Fourie, and Aubrey Stark, and many, many more. Day 2 of the race was like a gentle, seemingly harmless boorbul with a bone. Take the bone away, and he gets cross. And that's what happened between Frankfurt and Rates. Many gentle undulations and long sections of District Road were transformed into granny grinds for most of the field in the face of a very strong southerly wind. The task for the day was to find shelter from the buffeting wind. A large, obliging, usually strong man would do nicely.
Ons is nou hier by Skurwekop Boerevereniging se waterpunt. Ons boerevereniging is baie aktief. Dit klomp jong manne. En joBerg2c is vir ons 'n baie lekker geleentheid om bietjie span te bou, die mense by mekaar te kry, die mans en die vrouens om saam te werk.
Baie dankie.
En en dit is vir ons 'n goeie fondsinsameling vir ons projekte vorentoe. En ons geniet dit elke jaar. Ons elke jaar vir ons 'n uitdaging, is elke jaar baie lekker. Ons probeer elke jaar verbeter.
Dis die beste Engelsman wat ek ken.
Dis die enigste een wat jy ken.
I'm lucky enough.
For those out there on their own, this was a really hard day.
20 k's all by myself in the wind, not one friend. I need a friend.
Dis 'n bietjie van 'n briesie hier in die lug wat so van voor af kom en wat lastig is, maar verder lyk dit lekker.
I got married when I was young to my best friend, the one and only one. Some search their whole life for someone to love.
It was a test of character for some, an emotional roller coaster for others as dark places were frequented. The wind inevitably never from behind. The upside was that the wind kept the temperature cool, the air as clear as the upstream waters of the Umkomaas. And in the end, we all arrived at the Billy Millie Showgrounds ahead of Sweet Dave Johnson and his Vuvuzela. And if we weren't that happy, well, we soon were, as we were welcomed by the helpful children from Rates School.
Hierdie 7de jaar van die impact van hierdie event kan ek net vir julle sê is baie groot. Dis 'n baie moeilike jaar gewees vir ons gemeenskap en joBerg2c maak dat ons werklik ons begrotings by die skool laat kan klop op die einde van die dag. joBerg2c het baie mooi gevra vir skaap hierdie jaar en ons het gesê ja, ons gaan dit doen en ons gaan voluit en dit gaan lekker wees.
Welcome home. Welcome to Rates. It is Adele riding solo and Christopher Hinks from Team Camel in 2, 7:33.41. There we go. Almost on the button for me there. Dave, you're a legend, sir. Dave Johnson patiently looking after our last riders of every day.